2025 is well underway and looks to be a promising year for boxing. Australian boxing has stepped up to bat first and declared,
I'm fucking Kangaroo Jack!
Take it easy, knackers. It is true though, we are kicking off the boxing year with a ripper of a show right here in Oz. Gold Coast Convention Centre, Broadbeach, Queensland is the setting, and Wednesday the 8th of Jan is the date. The event, dubbed Return of the Champion, will see current IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight champion Jai Opetaia make his first fight in Australia since first becoming, then losing, and then regaining his champion status as he looks to take on amateur standout and former sparring partner David Nyika. Another amateur standout, TeremoanaTeremoana Jnr, will look to continue making a name for himself on the boxing scene with his impressive skill and power, and Justis Huni will hope to inch that much closer to becoming a world champion, a feat that could be achieved this year. Let's take a brief look at some of the fights on the card, but first this. Let me ask you, do you want to be in the moment and not just capture the moment? Well, let Xbot Go's AI sports cameraman empower your smartphone. The industrial-grade computer vision algorithms and tracking system intuitively identifies the focal point on the field, let's say a ball or a player, and autonomously tracks it with smooth and professional zooms and pans. Next time little Timmy is on the soccer pitch or Julie is at gymnastics, you can watch on knowing the Xbot Go will capture the action with accuracy as you watch on and cheer for your loved one. Using Follow Me 2.0, Xbot Go applies re-identification technology to identify and lock onto athletes by appearance, body shape, and jersey number. It's great for sports like soccer, basketball, hockey, football, rugby, lacrosse, and so much more. Activate Follow Me and record yourself as you train, then watch it back for some analysis. You can even live stream, and the Xbot Go app allows you to edit your content as you go, with up to 20 gigabytes of storage. Xbot Go is the only one consumption-grade AI product that can realize team sports tracking and recording with such precision and professionalism. Don't just record the moment, be in the moment. Act now, click the referral link in the description section below. By doing so, you can also take advantage of an exclusive discount. Don't forget to also check out Xbot Go's official website for more information on their products, accessories, and the latest Xbot Go news and updates. Let's get back to the video! As the cliche goes, sparring and pro fights under the hot lights are two completely different things. Jai Opetaia and David Nyika are no strangers to each other in the ring. If you let David tell the story, he would say that he was beginning to get the better of Opetaia. Maybe during those rounds in training, he was starting to figure Opetaia out. The impressive amateur could very well be the banana skin that spoils the night for Opetaia. For Jai, he'll be making his second title defense since recapturing the IBF and Ring Magazine titles against arguably the number 2 guy at Cruiserweight only a couple of years back. And well, still probably number 2 even when Alexander Usyk was still in the division. I'm of course referring to Mayris Breeders. Opetaia will also be fighting for the first time in Australia since initially becoming champion against that same man back in 2022. As a pro, David Nyika is yet to go past 8 rounds. That's due to his impressive boxing ability and power. But Nyika isn't going up against Tommy Karpensi or Lewis Masters, for example. He'll be facing a guy that has already proven himself against one of the best in the division twice. And Opetaia has proven that he can dig extremely deep when he needs to. It's an orthodox versus southpaw matchup. It's experience versus inexperience in the professional ranks. I would say if Nyika can take Opetaia late into the fight, he's got a shot because Opetaia does fade down the stretch as he runs out of steam. But David Nyika has never been that deep in rounds as a pro before, so it would be uncharted waters for him. Backing Opetaia up has also proven to be effective if you can do it. Not too many have, and you've got to avoid those Opetaia bombs coming your way. David Nyika is talented and has a bright future. He's impressive, but I am going with Opetaia on this one by late stoppage. On the undercard, making his way towards potentially fighting for a world title, maybe as soon as the end of this year, if the matchmaking goes his way and if he can continue to climb higher in the rankings of the 4 major sanctioning bodies, is Australia's IBF Pan Pacific and WBO Global Heavyweight Champ Justis Huni. Despite having 6 KOs on his 11-fight pro resume with no losses, it's not Huni's power that stands out, but instead it's his aggression when coming forward, durability and movement when on the offensive. He can be caught standing like a deer in the headlights with a high guard if his opponent is equally as aggressive, and I think this is a habit he'll grow out of as he continues to improve and develop. His upcoming opponent, Sean Potgieter, has the same amount of pro fights as Huni, but with the solitary loss to his name. Potgieter is the current South African heavyweight champion. The last time Huni faced a South African, it was a long and tough night in the office.
Diplomatic community.
And it was the last time that Huni had to go to the cards to get the win. That was 2 fights ago against Kevin Lorena. Potgieter is a big lad with a stiff long jab that he can shove in Huni's face from long range, but Huni's movement should be good enough to counteract that. I have heard the criticism of Huni's power, or lack thereof if you will, but I believe his aggression, shot selection along with sheer tenacity will be enough to stop Potgieter late with an accumulation of body shots, maybe even the last round. Huni is ranked within the top 15 of all but one of the sanctioning bodies, and he's in the mix with guys like Martin Bakoli, Zile Zhang and Agit Kabayal, and many more potential opponents. If he's going to mix it with those fellas at some point, he has to look impressive against Potgieter. Also on the card, there will be some familiar faces like Ben Marnie and Letty Letty, but I want to turn the focus to the exciting and absolute unit of a specimen, TeremoanaTeremoana Jnr. Standing at 6'6", he's not only impressive in stature, but also in movement and power. A gold medalist in the 2023 Pacific Games and making the quarterfinals of the 2024 Summer Olympics, where he would ultimately lose to Uzbek Bakadir Jalalov. TeremoanaTeremoana Jnr has good amateur pedigree, but more importantly, his transition from amateur to pro has been smooth and successful. So early in his pro career and developmental process, he's not exactly expected to be facing world beaters. However, everyone he has faced, Teremoana has obliterated out of the ring within the first couple of rounds. They say you don't learn much from beating everyone too early, but you can create a buzz around your brand of boxing, and that's what Teremoana's doing. His opponent on the 8th is Osasu Otobo. Otobo will be among the more experienced opponents that Teremoana has faced, with 11 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. It's not an upside-down record, so this could be a great developmental fight for Teremoana, for either fighter actually. I haven't seen too much of Otobo, so for me, this will be more about the excitement of seeing what Teremoana Jnr does in the fight and how he does it. No pick for this one. Thanks for watching!
Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.